Hello everybody, this is Tim here again, here with another video, this time for a movie review for The Monkey. Now this is a movie that's based off a Stephen King short story. He got good reviews from critics, but like it looks like a mix to like negative reception from audiences. If you go to IMDb, the movie only has like I believe like a 5.8 or a 5.9, so audiences weren't really digging this one. It's directed by Osgood Perkins, who also did that movie Long Legs, which I liked. I like Long Legs. I think I gave it like a 3 out of 4 at the time when I reviewed movies from like a 1 to 4 stars. Now I do 1 to 5. Um, Watching this, I'd say it's about the same. I'd give this a 3 out of 5. This was a good movie. It wasn't great. Just like Long Legs, I think it was kind of overhyped by critics and people who are like huge fans of this director. I do think this director is good, but I don't think he's great. He hasn't made a movie yet that I've seen anyway that has like wowed me. But I've liked both his films. Just to start off, I can definitely see why this film would be divisive. This is not a horror movie. This is a comedy. This is a dark comedy. Like, I was surprised at how goofy this was. Like, when I started watching this, I wasn't sure what to expect. I was like, okay, it's based off Stephen King's short story, which I haven't read. I actually have the book that has this short story in it. I believe it's Skeleton Crew. Is that the name of the book, I think, that has the short story in it? I haven't read it yet. I planned on reading it. I planned on reading it before I saw this movie, but I figured, fuck it, just watch the movie. So I'll read it after to see if it how similar it is. But maybe like the director saw the short story and he's like, okay, this is about a killer monkey that bashes on a drum or whatever, a wind-up monkey. There's no way I can make this into a serious horror film, so I'll just make it a comedy. I get it, and to be honest, it's probably the right approach to go is to make it a comedy. At times though, like at the end of the movie when the monkey is like wound up and like takes out like the whole town or whatever in retaliation because like the asshole brother. Well, the movie's about two brothers or whatever. I should get to that. Yeah, it's about two brothers played by the same actor when they're older, and it's also played by the same actor when they're kids. But when they're kids, though, I couldn't even hardly tell it was the same kid until I looked it up. He did a really good job. The dude who plays like the older version, it's the guy that was in the Divergent movies who was like the love interest in that. He wasn't that great in those movies, but those movies weren't very well written. He's actually really good here. The other brother he plays though, the more asshole brother, the one with black hair though, he's not as good as at that one as he is as the nice brother. But at the same time, that's partially how that character was written, just to kind of be an asshole. But he was still good as that role. But yeah, he does a great job here as like the good brother. And overall, he does a great performance as a whole. Um, but yeah, it's about like these two brothers. Their father was played by Adam Scott, pretty much a cameo, who had this like little cursed type monkey object that bangs on cymbals when you wind it up, and it won't kill the person who winds it up, but it'll kill like a random person of its choosing, which is supposed to be like a metaphor for life, which is basically what this movie is, a metaphor for death in terms of life, of how death is random and a person can go at any time regardless of who it is. It's just random. I get it. I get what they're going for. I get what the director's going for. But yeah, like I said, this is nearly completely played for laughs. Like when somebody does die, it's done in completely over the top fashion. Like it's like kind of like Final Destination, but played way more for comedy than like the first Final Destination. Like there's this chick that jumps into a pool that's been like electrified or whatever, like electric current goes into it and her body just explodes into pieces. It's pretty ridiculous and over the top. The asshole brother keeps like abusing like the other brother. So you really hate his character, and then like he eventually like wants to wind up the monkey to try to get it to kill his brother, which at that point you don't really want him to kill his brother, but at that point you're like, well, you can kind of understand where he's coming from because his brother is such a dick, like unbelievably a dick. And so he winds it up to like try to get it to kill his brother, but instead of killing him though, it kills their mother. And somehow at the end of the movie, like the asshole brother he realizes that must have been what happened, that his brother tried to kill him because he was such an asshole, but it took out the mom. Like somehow he just knows that at the end of the movie. I don't really know how. Maybe I missed something. It doesn't really explain it. He just kind of knows it or realizes it or something. But anyway, the asshole brother ends up getting the monkey and wants to use it to kill his brother in revenge for the death of the mother now that he's older. And he just like starts wiping out random people or whatever that are just around and just happen to be around the good brother. And he has the good one. He has a son. He has his ex-wife who is like now married to Elijah Woods, who's kind of like this motivational speaker character or whatever, who just plays it in like a kind of like a silly fashion. It's played for comedy, and like I said, when people die here, it's played for complete laughs. Like their aunt, I believe it's their aunt, maybe. Who like puts her face like down to like this stove, like looks directly at the stove cap because it won't light, and all at once flames shoot out and put her head completely on fire, and it's like, are you stupid? Why would you put your face like directly down to that stove cap? But yeah, it's completely played for laughs, like I said. And their uncle or whatever gets stampeded by like horses and turned into like a looks like friggin' cherry pie pudding or something. But it gets to the end of the movie, and there's this dude also who wants to like steal the monkey to use it for himself. It's the played by the guy who was in like Halloween Ends. I think his name is Rohan Campbell, I think, or something like that. He does a good job in the movie too. He gets killed by bees because of the monkey. And then the guy and his son get in there to like take the monkey from the asshole brother. And that's when he like gets mad at it because it won't kill his brother or whatever. And then that's when the monkey flies off in retaliation because he tries to like force its arm down to beat the drum. And so it takes out like the whole town in retaliation, and like some random people like fall, I guess, from a plane or something, or skydiving, and they just like land through the guy's roof. Like I said, it's played for laughs, and it is kind of funny for like the most part of the movie. But at the same time, it does kind of feel like a joke that starts to wear a little thin. Like somebody died again in an overtop fashion. Ha ha ha. Like that can only kind of work for so long. And like I said, this is not a horror movie. So when it does try to have kind of like somewhat serious moments, it doesn't totally gel for me. I think my problem is that I wanted this to be like a horror comedy. In a real horror comedy is a horror movie where the comedy comes from the outrageousness of the situation. But here, this is just more of just a comedy, just a dark comedy. Like the whole thing is just played nearly completely for laughs, except every now and then. And then at the end of the movie, like the two brothers reconcile, and then that's when the monkey does decide to take the asshole brother out, and he pretty much gets his head blown off. And it's really bad CGI, like where the stump is or whatever, where his head was, you can tell it's digital, and it doesn't look very good. And when the two like main characters or whatever, or I mean, when the good brother and his son are like leaving at the end of the movie, and they're leaving town, and they decide to like keep the monkey to make sure it doesn't fall into anyone's hands to be abused or whatever, to kill more people. And they're like leaving town, and the whole town or whatever is got like planes and stuff laying in certain places, and other stuff crashed into like roofs of houses. The CGI like smoke and stuff coming off of it is pretty weak, and you can tell this film had like a modest budget. And it kind of overshoots its wad a little here with some of these digital effects at the end. But I did like the last gag where they're like leaving town, and at the end, the dad's like, I want to spend some time with you, son. How about we go fishing or whatever, or go do something together? And obviously that's what it is, a metaphor for life. Like, spend it with those you love and all that, and don't, be griping at each other and hold on to grudges and everything, because you never know when your time's up. It's all a big metaphor for death done as like a dark comedy. That's what it is. And then they actually see death like walk down the road at the end of the movie on a horse. At first I was kind of like, that might be a little much. But then the last gag did kind of make me laugh, where this school bus is like got these cheerleaders and stuff, and it's going by, and then the semi comes by the other side and like takes all their heads off as like a last joke, and then the movie ends. That was funny. That made me laugh. But yeah, overall, this is a dark comedy. This is not a horror movie at all. This is a dark comedy 100%. And as a dark comedy, I'd give it a 3 out of 5. It was good. I liked it. I would buy it. If it was on sale for cheap. I wouldn't go out of my way to really get this, but if it was on sale for cheap, I'd pick it up. It was fun enough. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again.